Wow. Okay, so I have a question. Well, let me ask after this.
That sounds familiar.
Oh no.
It's me, Akechi.
Enter.
That's the death certificate of the principal offender, correct? Is there a problem with it?
No, nothing in particular. More importantly, you've done well with regard to the prosecutors.
The cause of death for the SIU director has been settled as a stroke.
Okay, so that really did happen too.
I had him work quite substantially on forging evidence. His loss should be mourned.
It was thanks to his efforts that I could enter the Phantom Thieves' interrogation room, too.
The SIU is in disarray with his death. I'll take my time choosing a successor after the elections.
At any rate, I'm now praised as a hero, and I owe it all to the Phantom Thieves.
All possible hindrances are now gone. There's no doubt that this election is mine.
And on to our next story, the snap election for the House of Representatives. Discussion is swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears. Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us. It's not like we can vote in them yet anyways.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard backing him.
Yeah, we're gonna go after Akechi?
Have you figured out who's behind all this?
Akechi accidentally let that slip after the murder.
Really? Oh wait, you still had the bug on his phone, didn't you? Or do you still?
He said, Shido-san.
And then Shido said, I told you not to call me by my name. Oh, wow.
Shido? Feels like I've heard that somewhere.
He is unmistakably a man of power if he has such strong connections to the police.
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
Who?
Yep.
I believe he's a politician. Remember, Ryuji? You said his speech was too loud.
Oh, okay, so that was him speaking.
For real?
It's certainly possible that Shido is the mastermind.
Huh?
Do you have some kind of evidence?
Nothing material. However, there are various conditions which align with that possibility. First, he would profit from damage done to the current administration by the psychotic breakdowns.
Yeah.
He's maintained a negative stance toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained tremendous popularity.
Yeah.
On top of that, he'll most likely become the next Prime Minister if he wins this upcoming election.
No!
Did he set us up with that election in mind?
If he is behind all this, that would be in stark opposition to his honest public image.
So his current position and popularity is just him benefiting from the mental collapses.
We'll make him have a change of heart, no matter what it takes. Mom.
Yeah, that would be the guy.
Shido, huh?
What is the matter?
Yeah.
I had a feeling he was wrapped up in all this. Just based on the connections I had from my previous job.
What did you do?
I think the one who crushed Wakaba's research and confiscated her materials was probably Shido. From the moment Wakaba died, I had a hunch he was involved. But there wasn't anything I could do, so I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
You guys would have definitely gone after him if I had. He would have just killed all of you, no doubt. That's what he usually does to people who get in his way.
Originally, I was looking into the mental shutdown cases. It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon government research regarding the psychotic breakdowns. So I tracked down the whereabouts of that research data and met with the associated parties.
And that's why you were here.
Boss was one of those parties. I would never have imagined all of this was connected.
Yeah. And we don't even realize yet that he's the one that we met with. The one who got us sent to this town to begin with.
The mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves' actions.
Way back when, Shido kept saying he was going to be Prime Minister one day. Nobody believed him, though.
What's going to happen to this country if Shido becomes Prime Minister? What about the world?
The issue is simpler than that. This is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the public.
We gotta expose that rotten bastard!
Yeah, we'll do it like always. Then let's check the nav.
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for Prime Minister. Got
What?
a hit! Well, duh. Ain't a surprise he has one.
I mean, yeah, I know, but you got it already?
Where would the location be?
What kind of things go through a politician's head?
I always think of dirty money and shady actions.
What does he do? And where? We don't got a clue about this guy's life.
His palace must be somewhere that politicians frequent. Any ideas?
It'd have to be the Diet Building.
We got a hit!
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the Diet Building?
Our next target's the big shot politician Masayoshi Shido. We're gonna do this, right?
Yeah, what about Akechi?
No need to waste time with him, we just gotta hit the head.
Yeah, that makes sense, I suppose, but I don't know. Akechi's still really dangerous.
Nobody against it?
But I guess you have a point. I mean, what's the worst that Akechi can do? Well, I mean, what am I saying the worst that Akechi can do? He can go in the metaverse and kill people like he has been. No, we have to take on Akechi as well.
Of course!
He will be a worthy opponent.
But I guess, yeah, we do need to take down Shido first.
Let's win this together. Time for revenge.
Besides, if we took down Akechi first, then Shido would know something was up, and then we would have bigger problems. But if we take down Shido first, Akechi, he's not the mastermind behind all this. He doesn't direct his own actions, he just takes orders. So, it's a good point.
Then it's unanimous.
All we gotta do now is figure out what he thinks that Diet Building place is.
So that's the app that allowed me to enter the metaverse.
An old fart like me can't wrap his head around all this stuff.
We'll have to deal with this before Election Day, December 18th. That means we need it done by the 17th.
Wow, that's really close.
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
Should we start tomorrow then? We can meet at the Diet Building after school.
That reminds me, what are you gonna do about school? You can't show up if you're supposed to be dead.
But was my identity, like, given out?
Ms. Kawakami said he went back home for family reasons.
Oh.
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, all right? This whole thing would be for nothing.
What do you mean?
This operation had another purpose outside of escaping Akechi's clutches. Shido tried to place all the blame on the Phantom Thieves and deceive the public at the same time. He has ruined countless lives, and even made Goro Akechi, a student, assist him with assassinations. A mere change of heart is too lenient a sentence for such an abominable criminal.
We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the Phantom Thieves committed suicide. Our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding to deliver a grand statement. He'll say he has escaped prison, not committed suicide, and was in fact almost killed by a criminal.
Everyone's gonna flip.
Wow.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
We're intellectuals, you know.
Shut up, Ryuji.
That's why you needed such a daring trick as getting captured and appearing to be killed. What frightening teenagers.
Yep.
But the true battle has only just begun. We won the first round, but we must stay on our toes.
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. There is no end to their inhuman, conniving nature. We will need to be prepared for whatever may come our way.
Wow.
I finally made it this far. It's already been 2.5 years since we met.
Back then, you earned the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy. Because of that, those who wanted to preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
To think I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power. I recall that's when you came to me. You promoted yourself saying you had special powers. If it wasn't for the research on cognition that I dabbled in, I would have thought you insane.
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic, and erased any trace of that scandal.
Whoa.
Who'd think that tampering with a person's heart could trigger a psychotic lapse or mental shutdown? And when someone like that said he'd support me, I had suspected there'd be an ulterior motive.
And that is...
It's because I sympathized with your aspiring ideology. I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake of the country's future.
It's not that simple.
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research. I only need you using that power. It'd be troublesome if someone else uncovered how it works.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That researcher. She wouldn't have had to die if she just complied.
So she was approached, and she refused, and that's why she was killed.
Any suspicions should be snubbed out. Even the smallest doubt must be severed at the root. After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side until recently.
Astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to secure his promotion. He was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know who leaked that information.
Oh, so that's how you, I guess, had him do what you wanted. You had him blackmailed.
Well, I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs have become stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests. The general public has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother. Only ruin awaits us.
I must agree.
There's no need to be ruined along with such incompetent fools. I will lead this country to its revival. Those who get in the way must be eliminated at times. That's the correct way to use the metaverse.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals. Which is why I made them suspects. Prosecute the targets that I turn psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you.
Whoa.
And thus, the charismatic ace detective was born.
Thanks to your efforts, my clean image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public opinion. Once I gained public sentiment, collaborators from all sectors began approaching me on their own. The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Their popularity was a bit beyond my expectations, but flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do was openly berate them. I've been gaining more supporters since. The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing. Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned. The time has finally come. Just a little more, and I will take the seat of Prime Minister. However, inauguration isn't my goal. That's when everything truly begins. I'll make this country rich for the sake of its selfish and ignorant masses who can only rely on others.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
The public resonates with my ideals and follows me. And for that, some sacrifices can't be avoided. That is my duty as the Chosen One.
No.
Your assistance has been very influential in making my plans proceed smoothly. When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world. Surely my story will be passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control people's hearts. I believe I'll lay low and devote myself to my studies.
I suppose with your age, you wouldn't come up with debauched desires.
I am thinking about the future, though.
Huh? Okay. That's enough. Guys, it's been like almost an hour of dialogue. When is the game gonna stop?
Guess you won't be going to school for a while.
Yeah, what am I gonna be doing?
Don't worry about it. This'll be a breeze compared to what we've had to face so far. And we'll have all the time to come up with the plans together.
Thank you.
To be perfectly honest, I don't really care what happens to Shido, one way or the other. But when I consider the fact that he's your enemy, I naturally think he's my enemy as well. I'm going to stay with you until the very end.
Morgana, thank you. So...
Well...
Goodness.
How do I put this?
Well then.
This is so weird. I have so many questions. Okay, what I was gonna say earlier is this. I'm still kind of confused about what happened. I understand a lot of it, but I don't understand how Akechi was, supposedly he told the real police to come get us. And they didn't, or did they? Were those the real police that captured us? And then took us to the fake interrogation room, or like, how did that work again? I still don't fully understand. So, if you guys can explain it to me, or if there is a video I can watch that'll explain it without spoiling the end of this game, please let me know. Or maybe it's just gonna become more clear later on. I don't know. I'm just so confused. I also don't fully understand how there were two of us. I mean, was there naturally another one of us in the cognitive world, and we just kidnapped that cognitive me in the cognitive world and took that person to the interrogation room? I don't know. I still don't fully get it. I'm gonna try to rewatch this and see if it makes sense, but if you guys can explain anything, that'd be great. Or if you have a video you can show me, that would be great. That doesn't spoil it into this game, just let me know. But yeah, we're ending things off here. I'm so sorry this episode was so long, but like there was literally nowhere in there that I could have stopped it. Or maybe I did. I don't know what I ended up doing in this video, but we'll see, editing wise. Thank you to my patrons, William, the Nintendo Black Crisis, Joseph from Joe Bro Show, Drew Had Dad and Starlight, Abby Cabrani. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys back here next time. Goodbye, guys.